Hey there everyone, Seb here with another vlog thingy. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Because, well, there's been some sleep deprivation, which I already hinted at the previous vlog thingy. But yeah, that's been continuing on and still kind of bothers me. But more on that later. First up, I'm a free man again. Sweet. I can move about again and yeah, that's all great and such. Did it really help me? Not yet, I'm afraid to say. Things still kinda... yeah, stuff still kinda irritated and stuff, so... Seems kind of like a waste of time, but who knows, maybe it'll get better soon. Of course, stuff gets a bit stiff as well, but whatever. If I'm starting to sweat, it's really hot here up on the attic right now. I think there's like a thunderstorm coming up because it's really very humid and just hot in general. But anyway, yeah, so my hands are free again. What also didn't help was like the day afterwards we had a workshop and I already managed to kind of mess it up already. I didn't even do much, but like I got home and my hand was swollen so much. So on Monday I had an appointment with the actual therapist, got scolded at pretty badly. Unfortunately also I had an appointment at the eye doctor, and that was also kind of negative because with the checkup she went in there and tried to look at the eye nerve because the eye pressure was a bit high. So she wanted to see if that was in any danger. She couldn't see it, so that was a bit of a problem, but she could see that something was wrong with the macula, so that's no good, I guess, but we'll see, or not. But they will see in a couple of weeks at least, where I have another couple of tests. But yeah, what's been going on otherwise? As I said, on Friday we had the workshop, which was kind of fun, but also kind of not. We had some very enthusiastic participants, but it was very poorly organized, the whole event, I think. It was also kind of awkward because the event was like a sports day for the organization that kind of gives us our income. So like it's the organization that provides us with the disability fund. So both me and my colleague, we have disability fund, and you know, it's kind of awkward having to go there towards the people who in a way make sure that you have an income, but also in a way sometimes prevent you from finding work, unfortunately. So there's a lot we have to say about that, and you know, you have to find that line to keep your mouth shut whenever something comes up, especially when one of the participants directly asks you for, wow, you seem so sure of yourself, you must not be using our services. And yes, we do, because you guys prevent us from finding work in the past. So now we do voluntary work because we enjoy it, but yeah, so that was kind of awkward, but it went well. We had 4 workshops and it was a lot of fun with the participants. They were really into it, so that was great. But what was not great was just the organization in general. Like, this is a big event for this organization, and you basically we got there and there was no one there to really direct us to the place, and our spot wasn't really like, there was no sign that showed people where to go and such, and we had to basically go after our own lunch, you know, which when you have a visual impairment, that is kind of problematic, especially when there's like 5,000 people walking about. It's hard to keep a overview of the situation, and it's very disorientating for us. And you know, I've been to this event before, and then they had like interns, and they would go to all the workshops, check if everything was going all right, but none of that this time around. So we had to do everything ourselves, and yeah, it was kind of a bother. What was even worse though was the way that they planned things out. Like, somewhere someone figured it would be a good idea to place the sport that is played by blind people, or blindfolded people rather, next to the Karate Kids. So we were there where they had to listen to a silent bell in a bowl next to the people who were chopping wood and busting bricks, or maybe it was the other way around, where the wood and the bricks were actually busting up some people. But at least there was a lot of shouting on the other side of the hall, which made it nearly impossible to really do our sport properly. And also it kind of destroyed my voice, because I had to shout so hard to actually give instructions and such, and actually be a referee. So that kind of sucked, and I just don't get how they could figure that was a smart idea. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Usually when a workshop comes up, I always try to prevent this kind of stuff from happening, because there's a lot of ignorant people out there who just don't know, and I don't blame them for this. So whenever a workshop opportunity comes up, I try to be on top of this, but you know, sometimes it comes in from another channel and they have everything planned out, and they assure you everything is okay because, well, it was done in the past successfully. And then you get there and stuff like this happens, and it's so annoying when it does. Also, we had once where we did a clinic next to a basketball workshop. Like, it doesn't work. But oh well, we had fun regardless, and you know, hopefully some people had fun as well. But yeah, seeing the reactions, that was very likely. Something else that was awesome is the Friday before that we had the training with the youth group, and something really funny happened there, or well, not funny, just awesome. One of the girls there lives on the farm, and she jokingly told us a couple of times that she had named 2 bulls after us, after her trainers. And you know, we were like, show it or it didn't happen, you know. And we joke about stuff like that, and we were already discussing which bull was apparently the cutest and such, but apparently they're both but ugly, just as the originals, but according to her. But this last training, she came up to us and she actually gave us the birth certificate of the bulls, named after us. So I'm not sure if I should be insulted or honored, but I'm hoping this sap will make a nice bit of beef. Perhaps I will find myself my namesake on the barbecue someday. But yeah, it's kind of awesome, really cool, and yeah. I am at least the youngest bull. Carlo is the oldest one. But yeah, that was kind of awesome, I think. Really like that. But yeah, really the meat of this video, what I want to talk about is the sleep deprivation. Why I haven't made a video, because, well, I just couldn't sleep, and it drove me nuts. And I still kind of have a problem with it, though I'm starting to sleep a bit better again. Apparently, I don't see myself as such a big sport guy, but apparently going from like 3 or 4 times a week of fairly intensive sports participation to nothing has a lot of physiological effects on the body, which I kind of underestimated. So I was hot all the time, and I couldn't sleep at all, and I was very irritated to a point where I just didn't really know myself anymore. When I gave reactions to people, I was just like, is that really me? Which was kind of scary. So, you know, I didn't feel like making a video at all because I was super tired. I got behind on a lot of work and just had trouble catching up with general things. And the problem is when I have poor sleep, after a couple of days, then my rhythm just gets all screwed up, and this is a big risk for me because generally speaking, I am very easily turned into a creature of the night, as it were. I just find that during nighttime I can concentrate easier, I can focus much more easier, so I can be very much more productive during nighttime. I just love the darkness and the silence of the night. And I think this has to do with just that it becomes much easier for me to concentrate because there is less stuff happening around me which I catch, especially for my eyes. It's much more relaxing when it's just dark around me, but also some noise, so generally speaking there's just less stimuli to distract me. So I've always had this where during the day I tend to have a lot less energy, and during the night I tend to be very much more productive. But of course this is a problem because in our society we tend to do more on the day. So I always had this trouble, keeping the rhythm up, and once it's going it's okay, but then stuff like this happens where I just totally lose control of the rhythm, and then I just fall into this alternate state where I just sleep in very long and then go to bed very late, and it's terrible when there's a couple of days where I can't sleep. And it's also, I try to keep this up with making appointments as early as possible, so I have a reason to get up and early and go out. But yeah, it's very annoying because like this Friday I was pretty much a zombie because I barely slept at all. Like the last almost 3 weeks now I went on like 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night, and then sometimes a small nap during the day because I just couldn't hold out. So eventually you start to just give up and go to bed on the day as well. So yeah, need to turn that around again, and it's very annoying when that happens. And just partly because it feels so right for me to just work during the night and do my things at night, because it feels so much more relaxing, and yeah, I just can focus so much more easily during the night. And it's annoying that that just doesn't work in life. But it just feels so good. But yeah, curious if other people have this same kind of kind of death trap basically, where they function better or seem to function better during the night. It's also annoying, like if I go to bed before 11 p.m, even if I'm super tired, I will always wake up during midnight or 1 o'clock and just be totally awake. If I go to bed after 11, it's okay, I can sleep through the night. Lately I don't, but usually I do. But if I go to bed before that, I always wake up early in the night, and it's super annoying. So even if I get tired, I tend to extend my time to stay up, just to get over the bump. And then sometimes you get over your sleep as well. So oh man, so annoying. But yeah, just curious if there's other people who recognize these issues, and if so, how do you handle this? How do you get back into this rhythm that's actually socially acceptable and more productive in general through life, where you actually have to maintain a life during the day? Yeah, just curious how other people handle this kind of stuff. I'm sure I'll get back into it, and it's starting to get better again, so no problem really, but it's just annoying when it happens. And it completely caught me off guard as well, because I felt kind of good at the time, and then just sleep stopped happening, and then for a couple of days I'm like, okay, whatever, it happens sometimes. But now it didn't stop. But oh well, it should be good soon enough, I think, now that I can start working out a bit again. But yeah, that much. That's so far for my sleep problems. Wondering if other people have the same issues. And now on to some other things, because yeah, I got behind with some videos as well. As you've seen, no vlog thingy last week. Didn't feel like it, didn't get to it. And also no unboxing, which I promised, so you know, there's still that. Probably this Thursday I think I will do that. We'll see. There's also a review, I've done it, and you can find it actually here. It's for Grandpa's Table, which is a bit of a weird name, but it's a nice puzzle game. And actually, speaking of Grandpa's Table, I can give it away. That sounds really weird. But yeah, I have a spare Steam key, so if you are interested in this game, just check out the review and get back to this video and just let me know. The way you can enter this little giveaway is just name me, let's say, your top 3 puzzle games, or just 3 of your most favorite puzzle games in general that you really enjoy. Just leave that down in the comments, and of those who do, then I will draw a random person and he or she will get the key. It's as simple as that. So just name me 3 puzzle games that you really enjoy, and perhaps Grandpa's Table will be one for your Steam collection. And yeah, that's basically it for this time, guys. There is another review in the works. You can expect that soon. I've got a whole lot of footage to go through on that one because I recorded that a bit much, but we'll see. I hope to have that done somewhere this week as well. But yeah, tomorrow first there's another workshop. There's a lot of workshops all of a sudden. Usually you have only like 2 to 3 in a year, and now all of a sudden we have like 8, which is bizarre really, but it's awesome because I love doing this stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting too, this workshop, because it's with a whole mix of children tomorrow, from 12 to 22, and with a whole bunch of different disabilities too. So it's going to be very, very interesting, and some disabilities I have very little experience with, so it's gonna be a cool learning experience for me as well. But yeah, looking forward to that as well, and just having fun tomorrow with the kids, which is always great, and I hope they're into it as well. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. I think this has gone on long enough. I'm getting really hot now in front of these lamps here, so I'm gonna call it quits. I'd like to thank you as always for watching. I hope you somehow enjoyed this video still, even though it's running a bit long, I think. And I say, well, until next time, take care and bye bye for now.